널 기다렸어.
Because he killed the mothership core long ago. Just pulls back, when he loses vision. If you can sneak that one Immortal or one Void Ray, it's a totally different game. That was really cool, but guess what? Trust is 3-0 now in this group.
It's
totally
insane.
Unexpected results. It's like the opposite of SOS, who's 1-3 currently.
Trust was the one guy in the group that I was like, I never see this guy. He doesn't play. KT's got a nice roster. He pokes his head out in round of 32s, right, but never really does well. So I was actually putting him at like number 6, even below Hurricane, because I see Hurricane more than this guy. But Trust is really showing up today, and he's playing some fantastic games. He's really prepared, too, for these best of ones, you can tell. And,
when you're a player who gets no play time in Pro League, it's not always because you're bad, but sometimes it's just because there are players of the same race of you, Zest and Stats, who are just better. But that also means that these individual leagues are so important. So he wants this so bad, Valdez.
Yeah, he's got another game against Hurricane on Dusk Towers right now.
They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go.
Up here in the top right on Dusk Towers, the red Protoss. It is Hurricane from Samsung Galaxy Con.
And down here in the bottom left, in blue, his opponent, Trust. 3-0 in the group. Looking for that 4-0. Sending out a very early gas-stealing probe. God, he's got like a build for every single map. Every game he's played a different way. It's really impressive. Okay, he's going to get scouted, obviously, though, which is going to tip Hurricane off. I think he just saw that.
I'm not sure that he did. He's going to see it at the round.
Yeah. Oh, he can't actually. He doesn't have enough. Oh, he canceled a probe for it. He canceled his probe to get the tight wall. Nice.
Nice job. You were right. He does get the scout. He's going to take both of his gases.
He can actually cancel that now if he wants to. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Is it away cheese? No, it's Hurricane's home map.
You got me excited there for a second.
That last win for Trust versus Classic as well was also a home map. So,
Well, that's kind of interesting because if Hurricane saw Trust's probe, then Trust saw Hurricane's probe, and he should notice that that probe hasn't gone to his base.
You see, this would never fly versus a top Protoss, Classic, Hero, SOS.
Classic's preparing 5 steps ahead already. He's like, okay, what type of cheese do I think it's going to be? Okay, it's going to be Proxy Stargate. How do I prepare? What's my next move after that? And how do I destroy this guy?
It's also possible that Trust wants him to think he doesn't know. And also the thing is, the probe could be anywhere. So if it's out there, it's like, is he going to send a probe to check for it? Because there's a high chance he just doesn't scout it. He's going to make a Stargate, and I have a big feeling he's just going to go straight Phoenix here because he's like, okay, what are you proxying? Oracles, okay, I have the blind counter to that. If you're like proxying Robo, I'm like, well, that's really weird, and I probably just win, and I can also shut down Warp Prisms with my Phoenixes.
Yeah. He needs to go Phoenix here, because if he goes Oracle, then the Oracle of Hurricane is going to get to his base first, and let me see here. Neither player has a Mothership Core at this point, so they're going to be relying on Stalkers to defend this.
I have faith and trust. I think he knows. Let's see, if he makes an Oracle, I'm wrong. We're about to find out if he knows about this proxy or not, if he's got it in his brain.
Yep,
okay, he knows. So,
and Oracle.
This is a big win for Trust already.
Trust,
he knows,
man. He is on fire today. I don't know what he ate or how he prepared for this group, but I want to know, man, because he's coming into one of these groups where he was not the favorite by far, and he's just going undefeated. I mean, he hasn't won this game yet, but he's in a good spot already.
He has a huge builder advantage. Look at it. He even saves the Phoenix at home. He's like, I'm waiting.
God.
What up, Hurricane? I already read your build like a book. This is like the saddest thing that any Pros versus Pros player can ever experience.
Yeah. So Hurricane, he has to sacrifice the Oracle here. He just has to try to get as many kills as possible.
And he will get some because there's no Mothership Core here.
The Stalkers are not in position, so he gets 4. But at the same time, he's behind on Phoenixes now. He's got the Stalkered in a weird, awkward place outside. He has to cancel that Oracle that he made. So he has all of his tech delayed at home, too.
And he can never out Phoenix.
Exactly.
He can never out Phoenix Trust because his Stargate isn't at home. He can't just like turtle up and spend chrono to get ahead.
Back in the day, someone would proxy 2 extra Stargates somewhere else on the map and try to get ahead that way.
Yeah, those Choya Stargates, man.
Yeah. Like on Maze when Sora did that to Zest, I think.
Sora did that a few times. It's a sneaky move. We saw Creator do it a few times too back in the day when he was on Prime. But like, he can't do anything like this right now. Even going to lose an Adept here.
I don't know if you casted that game with me where it was Zest against Hush, and he got ahead in Phoenixes just like this on this exact map, and he just tore him to pieces. He got enough Phoenixes ahead that he started lifting Stalkers, and the same thing that Hurricane's trying to do where he's getting Blank. Hush tried to get Blink, and he just didn't have enough Stalkers. He was actually outproducing him with Phoenixes over Stalkers, and it got really crazy.
I think I know the game you're talking about. I'm not sure if I commentated or not. Watched like a lot of VODs in recent times. Looks like Hurricane's going to actually try to attack based on this gateway placement. We'll see how this goes. The Mothership Core was nearly killed earlier by these Phoenixes. Keep in mind, every lift he uses to kill probes limits the amount of economy that Hurricane has to continue to push with this. However, it does also limit the amount of energy he has to use defensively to stop a push like this. Trust is just now making his Mothership Core. He has a Robo, and he's probably going to go Observer first, just for safety. But if he goes for an Immortal, that's going to be obviously the safer option. And he has a lot of scouting information here. I would not be surprised if he goes for an Immortal, actually. He has basically full scouting information with these Phoenixes. The only reason he'd go a Robo or an Observer here is if he's worried if there's like a proxy Dark Shrine. And he does go Observer first.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, but again, sometimes you're too safe getting the detection. You don't have the Immortal out in time, but maybe he sees the build, knows the timing, knows he can squeak out an Observer first. And that is what he's going to do. Just going to Chrono Boost that out. Here is a Warp in on the left. It actually does get scouted here by Trust, so he knows what's going on now. He just has to hold. He's got 2 pylons at the front.
That Mothership Core is very new, though. Doesn't have a lot of energy. But still, he's going to have time to build it. And look at how careful he's being, how patient he's being, so conservatively saving the energy, even making a 3rd pylon just for extra safety. And don't forget that worst case scenario, even if he loses this base and has to evacuate, he just puts him on even. This is so many Stalkers, though. I'm not sure if he realizes the amount of Stalkers that are coming his way. 1 Void Ray just popped out. The second one on the way. Going to grab a few of these Stalkers.
That's a huge lift, actually, to save the pylon and keep it from firing. Keep it firing, at least. And he keeps on lifting, and he's got more Stalkers here, so he's going to defend for now. Now with the Observer, or rather the Immortal out, he should be quite fine.
Yeah, it looks like I thought he had 1 Void Ray out earlier. Must have been a Phoenix that popped out before. But the Void Ray is about to come out, which is going to make this even easier. The Immortal Barrier is up. Grabbing another Stalker. He's going to commit to the Immortal, but it's buying Trust a lot more time.
So many of these Stalkers from Hurricane are so low. He's had nice Blink Micro so far, but now Trust has got the advantage, and he has the 3rd base. He's held this, and he should be okay. Another Immortal is going to pop out here. He might have... No, he does have that Void Ray in the army, too, so... Yeah, he's totally fine against this attack.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a novice mistake, but doing the strat where he showed his probe and hit a base, Trust is just too smart for that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's going to work in set 23 where everyone's really tired and you forgot you saw the probe and stuff, but Trust is just on point, and from the beginning of this game, Hurricane played from behind. He basically did this all in because he was so far behind. Now he's desperately trying to take a Nexus 30 supply down. 30 supply down. And he's losing probes at it already to just these 2 Phoenixes that are casually flying in and scouting everything.
Yeah. He's like, so what's your follow-up now? What do you got prepared for me next, Hurricane?
He's like trying to find out if there's a Dark Shrine or something. He's like, oh no, I guess not. That gateway had to be canceled because the probe got stuck. Guys, I mean, 30 supply down. Hurricane's hoping for a miracle. If you look at the production tab, you can tell he's taking every risk. He's like, all right, if I hold on to this base, I need all these extra gateways. I'm going to need my Temple Archives and get out my Archons. Trust did go and scout and saw that there was no units at home, so you might be thinking, oh, he's just doing a second all-in. So he's actually getting his own counter blink back at home, so after he defends, he can blink to win the game. He's adding more gateways and getting a big wall, adding even a bunch of sentries there. But in reality, Hurricane is taking risks, so because Trust is playing so passively here, he may get ahead. And okay, this is risky. Don't think so. Going to lose a Stalker there. Oh, this is nice.
Now, there's 1 sentry for anti-air, and in fact it does survive because Trust values his Oracle so much that he does not want to commit to killing it.
Now he's just going to move across the map. He's like, oh, you weren't going to do another all-in. You're actually being greedy, and I have a large Stalker army that's now about to have Blink. I'm going to check and see if he has a Warp Prism. He does. So this is a ton of economy. Look at how much money he has. He can do a full Stalker Warp in with Blink and hit this hard.
Trust is a really solid player, man. Some of his mechanics aren't perfect, but give him some time. This guy is very smart and just a great player so far from what we've seen today. Just outplaying all of his opponents, including Classic.
21 Stalkers to 9. A Void Ray for support. And, oh, Force Field's going down. He blinks forward here. The Void Ray going to go probably onto the Immortal.
Force Fields, too, just to lock in the Blink Stalkers, because, I mean, why not at this point?
He's just so ahead that even though this is not, there's like no micro whatsoever, the Void Ray is targeting probes instead of actually Stalkers or Immortals. Should be able to crush this. There you go, he just blinks forward. It's the 1A victory here. And Trust is going to go 4-0. GG.
Huge games from this guy. And that was Hurricane's map, too, so he gets an away win with that. Trust sitting at 4-0 with 2 away wins. Hurricane now at 1-3 with 1 away win. So Hurricane not having the best time in this group, whereas Trust is killing it.
Yeah, just a few wins away from securing his spot in first place, getting directly out of the group.
Yeah, he's already in a good spot. Really, the only person who can challenge him at this point is Classic. Gumio's sitting at 2-2, so he's kind of still up there, right? He's still got a chance.